Alright. Let's see here. Creator dashboard. Perfect.
These stones have tales to tell.
Doesn't matter because I'm not gonna give up on the XP game for very obvious reasons.
It'll see you through the dark times ahead. I'll keep searching for ways to heal the damage done to Nazareth.
And
I can reach out through that talisman.
I don't think I have. Well, oh, the portal straight back to Stormwind, huh? I've been doing this wrong. There's the quest giver, and now it's the War Council.
Champion, an urgent war council is underway. Your presence is requested in Stormwind Keep.
I've just done this intro quest line. This is like my third character in a row or something like that. Fourth. In like just a couple of days. I'm really starting to get tired of it. So we're waiting for my last friend, and we're gonna do a couple of dungeons, and then after that it's time for what's it called? Time for some gold making. We're gonna do a bit of 2x4 farming, essentially.
Horde agents broke into the stockades and freed.
This is
Show us.
RP gets less interesting when you've seen it a bunch of times.
If the Horde makes allies of the Zangalar, we won't have the power to stop them.
Then we must
Speak with Jane.
You must prepare the ship. Champion, meet me in the harbor when you are ready to depart.
Shouldn't I be able to invite him?
How are your sea legs?
There we have it. Right, what screen is this one on? Yeah, you can see that. It's fine. Push to talk.
Look after Jane.
Stream it. Alright, let's queue ourselves for some dungeons. Jeg streamer, men det henger litt her. Alright, let's go Cataclysm or Mop. That's the question. I feel like doing Cataclysm. We'll do Cataclysm. Those are the ones I've done the least. So we'll do a couple of party sync dungeons because my friend is just level 89. And then we'll see. I mean, it's 89, so almost Warlords of Draenor, right? I think so. I do think so. Maybe people are doing that. And I've passed.
The way forward will not be easy. The Alliance will endure.
And we are in...
Thanks for the lift, Tay. I'll report to the old man.
And we are in Borealis. So that was nice. Don't suppose there's a assault going on? No, looks like not.
This ferry connects to stations all along the Sound's interior coast. That won't be a problem.
See if we can trigger.
The counting house is under heavy guard day and night. Feel free to store your valuables here.
Lost. Hey, Apophis. Yeah, I had a nice birthday. Well, my actual birthday wasn't. It was pretty nice. It's a little bit hungover. The source of their power. Alright. Cataclysm. Before they missed also. Ah.
I need to target something first. It's too far away.
Alright. Oh god. That was a little bit I'm for rage critical. Healer is not like perfectly on point. Good enough. General Husan. I guess this is a boss. Pull him away somewhere. I don't know. Some hunters are better than Black Knights. Bit out damaged. Oh well. I kind of like doing these like party synced old school dungeons. It feels nice. They're not like the best experience. Not by far the best. It's pretty bad experience per hour. But it's nice that you can just like level with your friends and do some like dungeons that you wouldn't normally get to do. That's right. Where do we go? You have to cross the bridge, yeah. I'm out of that rest of XP, that's sad. But nothing to do about that. Oh god, disoriented. Alright, still fairly easy. Guess I go out and kill the boss here, right? Og. These look like the Mr. Pandaria guys. The Grummels or whatever. Lockmaw. Well, that's a real a real cough. That's the word I was looking for, of course. Og is just spinning around like a madman, huh? Now it becomes enraged. I guess we just like pop our cooldown. Just the DPS one, of course. We don't need no defensive cooldowns. 5,000. Still have Avenging Wrath. Still an angel. Good. Full control. Oh god, that guy's jumping around. What a douche. I probably shouldn't have cast that last Avengers shield. Gotta bring it with me. Whatever. Yeah, that's the wrong button.
It's too far away.
Easy money, easy life. It's only gonna look at the materials that are in the Groom Cami. As for whether it says undercutting, even if it's not undercutting, what do you mean? What happens when it says it's undercutting, but it's not actually undercutting? So like when the auction house is empty or something else? Yeah, let's just pop our DPS cooldown right away. Which materials are missing then? Hallowed ground, repentance. Oh yeah, so I'm assuming we kill this one. Yeah, but what is it actually doing when it says it's undercutting? Like, what is it actually doing? Is it posting? Is it posting at the same price as someone else? Is it not posting? Is it is there no one to undercut? Like, what's the... We can take a quick look. I'll jump on the auction house mount once we've done with the dungeon. We can take a look. We'll see if we can explain it afterwards.
I am unleashed.
But what's it doing that it's like you say it's not undercutting? But what is it actually doing then if it's not undercutting?
Winds of the south, rise and come to your master's aid.
We'll take a look. I don't think I have the group imported here. We'll see if I can. Oh. We have to kill the ads. It is most likely undercutting the currently cheapest auctions because that's like the default behavior as long as it's within the minimum and maximum price of an operation. And it's just gonna post, then it's just gonna undercut.
Before the tempest storm.
Oh god. That was bouncy. But I'll find it and is it the one from the paste bin? Or are you a patron? Just so I import the right string. Cause well, I'll just import the same string and take a look at it. Yeah, we'll take a look at that. Thank you for the follow, Cammy. So alright. Leave instance group. Paste bin. Alright, let's find it here.
Feel free to store your valuables here.
Oh yeah. Stuck. Load out. Alright, let's get on the see here, let's just import confirm. I probably don't have any materials, but we can, I'm sure we can, let's Bruto. Let's get this onto our bars here. Alright, let's take a look. So we have the group here with everything in it. We can take a quick look at the operation, and then I'll explain like how it should function. Material flipping 5,000. Right, yeah. So the thing, like this is obviously might be a little hard to read, but this is what it usually defaults to, which is 115% of the average purchase price you have. And then it has like a floor. If your purchase price is extremely low, then it will rather use 30% of DB market, which is a very low price. It means you've essentially bought materials at an extremely low price. And then it also adds this part, which is essentially just a way of calculating the expected number of expired auctions and the deposit costs. and then we just have like 2 and 3, 5 times the basic price. And then if it's above maximum, it'll post at the normal price. It'll just ignore everything below my minimum price. It'll just ignore those auctions. And then undercut as normal. So when you have ignore auctions below min set, it will almost always undercut. It'll essentially always say undercutting, as long as someone else has something posted. But you'll often not be the cheapest. Dere er ute. Ta Pandaria da, så jeg kan ikke... So that's sort of what you would expect to see. So that's essentially the idea. No, undercutting just means that it's undercutting. Undercutting just means that it's between maximum and minimum, essentially, or that you're posting by finding an auction that's slightly more expensive than yours and undercutting that one. They don't, TSM doesn't like include any information about whether or not you're actually the cheapest or not. Er det ikke bare boosts? Yeah, this one is by far like the most complex operation that I've made. Most of mine are extremely simple.
There are many taverns, but this one's my favorite. I spend a lot of time in popular stories, especially folks from the Eastern Kingdoms.
And we're gonna get the flight master thingy here.
You must be restless being cooped up here all day. Believe me, I know the feeling. We'll fly soon, alright? Beautiful, isn't she? Cyrus gave her to me when she was just a hatchling.
Yeah, material flipping, it's not like, hasn't been the best way, starting way to make gold lately. But it can still work. Alright, let's roll. Oh god, I am stunned. Holy crap. We have a monk. Monk healer, that's very on brand for Pandaria. It's just trade skill master. I don't personally do transmog anymore because I just find it too... I dislike it for the very reason that you just mentioned. It is an incredibly annoying market due to the massive number of items you need to have. Or you can just like focus on the highest value ones, but then your sales just become too... then you don't get enough sales, in my opinion. Am I gonna take a chance at some more residue? Yeah, let's go. Give me that residue. Can we go kill the Vizier now? Or are we gonna get aggro from these? Yeah, these just get blown up. Alright, we'll do this one as well. Let's take the chance. Residue 24. Let's go. This boss is gonna get obliterated. Yeah, look at that. This is hilarious. It's just getting slaughtered. Personally, I like max level crafting professions the best, but of course you need to you need a decent amount of gold to level your professions, and you need to spend time getting all the recipes and stuff like that. But yeah, there are tons of old world markets. You can you obviously have volatiles for Vial of the Sands, and then you have everything that's needed for the Mr. Pandaria mounts, both the Panthers and the rocket mounts from engineering. Those are still relevant, so Living Steel, Ghost Iron, Trillium, stuff like that. I've had a decent amount of success flipping Trillium, actually, with my material flipping experiments. It's been one of the better ones. Dalaran, that's one of the higher pop US realms, right? Yeah. On high pop realms, of course, it's it can be hard because there are. We can get out here. Yeah, on high pop realms it's hard because there's just a lot of competition. The profit margins are usually pretty low.
Thanks for the save, but we're still stuck in the middle of the entire landed army. Look out there. Too many for us to take head on. I have a crazy idea that just might work, but we'll need your help, heroes. Let's give these men deep and low. Get the sap into position. Let's get this party started.
But yeah, cooking. Cooking, most likely you'll need like rank 3, and you're probably competing with multi-boxers as far as material. Yeah, alchemy is usually quite good, even on high population realms, but you, for the most part, you're 100% reliant on getting what's it called? You need rank 3 and the tool of the trade to really make gold with enchanting, which makes it an issue. So you'll have to get the tool of the trade and then craft when it procs into the potion of prosperity. Silas potion of prosperity. Bla, professionell Mr. Pandaria. So yeah, alchemy is usually one of the ones that shows highest in terms of profit when I do my when I've done the server reviews. That's usually among the top ones, but it does require a rank 3 and Silas potion of prosperity to really be profitable. Ja, det var litt mer stress da Pandaria var current content. Yeah, there are tons of items like that, obviously. I'm getting into more generally active. Like the main thing I've been doing for gold in BFA lately is just to flip BOEs on a bunch of different realms. Just buying and selling corrupted BOEs essentially, and a smidgen of battle pets, but mostly just the BOEs.
I'm out of range. They are holding us off. Bring in the air support.
Oh god, that's a lot of caustic tar. It just increases your damage taken. Yeah, that's definitely very nice. So I guess 1 or 2 more rounds. This is a little bit of a boring dungeon to get for experience. This event is slow.
Everyone, send everything. Slaughter these cowards. They're making us look like fools. don't have a target. Those who fail deserve to die. You have merely called the weak. I must finish this myself then. So be it.
The boss is coming, finally.
I need to get closer.
Finally. No, you can't see it for your realm. You can see the across all the realms on your region in TSM. It has the region average sale, but not the not specifically for your region. It doesn't have that. Oh god. Commander Wojak. So the best you're gonna get is the one you see at the bottom of the TSM auction DB part here. Region average daily sold 1960 for Frostweave cloth. Of course you know that you're on a higher population realm, so you're higher than average, so the number of sold items will be higher than average. And someone just left, huh? What a cool dude. Why would you leave now? I mean...
Ah, this gate is locked. But I think I have something that will open it. Let me see here. 30-second fuse. Whoops. Did I say 30? I meant 3.
Så nå er det flexing her. So my friend, this is one of my friends, he has a spectral tiger that he bought during Wrath of the Lich King, so he bought it for 300,000 gold back then. Obviously that was a lot of gold back then, but like it's selling for multiple gold caps now. I think he's pretty happy. Oh, we don't have a healer. Crap. Vi har ikke noe healer. Han livet jo. Han livet før det. Healeren var monk.
It's too far away.
Not sure I needed to pop my cooldown there, but it just feels better.
I'm out of range.
Let's hope we get a healer soon. This goes. No, not really. I mean, you can just channel it. You can just cast. Are we queued? We are queued. Definitely looking like a rough one, though. certainly not looking... At this point I don't think we can do the big pulls. It feels a little bit on the risky side. What about these? Alright, these we can do. These we can do at least. And more of just these like pleb tier pulls, alright. They died quickly. I feel we need a healer now though. Tror vi trenger en healer for de pulsa her. Hva skjer med... Jesus, I have way too many of these idiotic add-ons. What's going on here? Jeg kan det. Kanskje. Or a mastery. Beacon. Crusader strike, huh? Usually I just remove them all. I don't like them at all. I don't like minimap merchants. I don't think they have a purpose. This is a cool ability. Holy Light. Holy Shock, that's something I usually have. And then we have Flashlight. Judgment on 4. And now we got a healer, so it doesn't matter. Let's hope it's up to snuff. Yeah, I don't think I have too many add-ons. I just think that they shouldn't add a goddamn minimap button. I don't need a minimap button for most of them. If I want to, it's not that often that you're gonna be in the settings, right? It's like no big deal at all if that's hidden behind like a chat command or something like that. So it just annoys me the fact that they all add stuff here. We have like multiple tanks here. I don't know. I'm just going ultra aggro. It's like, why do I need like the settings for loot appraiser? Or it's why I have, it's one of the, that's one of the reasons I've always liked having like a Titan panel style add-on at the top for the ones to show some information that I care about having visible. And then for the rest of them, like all the things, I don't need any of these things. Tomcat's tours near Rares of Nashatar, like why would I want to have that visible? I always just type /TSM for TSM. And that's the only add-on that I actually open all the time. So for that one, it would actually make sense to roll with a serrated blades. Oh god. Det er längre än Classic Raids da. Flere faser enn alle bossene i Molten Core til sammen. Let's get to work. Jeg tror Paladin faktisk får lov til å være melee healers i med spekkesetene. Ja, tror det. Finally. Oh. He's way ahead of me. Du tenker at du er rik? So just the boss left. Yeah, of course, that's why this dungeon was so slow, because you had to wait for a healer for a really long time. And let's roll. Let's just put cooldowns. Wow, this is unresponsive. That was quick. Just popped all my Divine Steed charges though, so next time around not gonna be as quick. That's for sure. Should I get out of this quick dry resin? Oh, you jump. God damn it. Invigorated. I guess that's what happens when you break the resin. Easy. Oh, here's where we turn in the quests.
What is it? Watch the shadows.
Leave instance group. Kan gjøre en til. Så skal jeg gjøre litt andre ting.
I've always dreamed of adventure.
Nå kan vi oppgradere til Warlords of Draenor.
Come to feel at home here in no time. Now let's check
Nei,
in with
det kan vi ikke.
Cyrus.
Du har ikke høy nok item level. Leave instance group.
King Greymane, it is an honor.
117.
You are free to remain in the harbor on my authority. Taylor, prepare a full briefing for our guests.
Hvorfor det?
I said.
Hvorfor betale for mer da? Ja. Da blir det hardt. Bareback eyes. Mm. Mm. Do I have a clique installed? I gotta check that. Add-ons. 32 tror jeg. Alright, so I don't have clique, so I'll have to make some mouse over macros for let's see here, mouse over healing macro. Alright. Jeg setter opp mouse over makroer nå, så da kan jeg heale etter det. Presumptivt, ja. Igjen. For noe her. Nå får jeg bedre gear, så jeg kan gjøre Warlord til Flamer. Where the fun begins. 6 stacks of residue, so let's move. Oh god. Now we're cooking.
They make it this far, then my strength and skill will be clear to all.
I need to target something first.
Oh god, I am so screwed. Well. That worked well. Right. Boss time. He's gonna get destroyed. Oh god, I gotta loot him. And I'm gonna lose. Pretty much no way to not lose the buff. God, this encased in resin stuff is annoying. This mage is very quick. I had money for each time I didn't get a dispel from the sealer. I'd have some money.
It's too far away. Thanks for the save, but we're still stuck.
Can you jump off here? Yeah.
Look out there. Too many for us to take.
You shall not pass.
I have a crazy idea that just might work, but we'll need your help, heroes. Let's give these Mantid a taste of their own medicine. Lee and Lo, get the sap into position. Let's get this party started, shall we?
Voila.
We'll squish you like bugs.
Fools! Attacking the might of the Mantid head-on? Your deaths will be swift. Swarmers attack! Tear the flesh from their bones.
Swarmers are coming up the ramp. Use
That's
the
a
sap to
knife.
slow them down.
Sa han det i seg eller noe? Ja, det var ikke nærme nok.
They are holding us off. Bring in the air support!
explosives.
Aha, hvis du trykker på gongen så angriper de raskere.
I'm out of range.
They are holding us off. Bring in the air support. Warriors, trample these weaklings. Crush them.
So that's how you do it.
Warrior
You just
coming
click
in.
the gong.
Focus
The
your
gong. Amber wing down. And now these guys are all dying. Hopefully.
Amber wing, get in there.
Just gonna wait for a spot to open up. Alright, so this guy is coming. Going back in. No, he died.
Slaughter these cowards.
Ain't no issue at all.
Look like fools.
So finally the last wave already, huh? So clicking the gong, that's the trick.
Those who fail deserve to die. You have merely called the weak.
Come on, Commander.
I must
Show us what you got.
self then. So be it.
At least I'm gonna ding 111 in this dungeon. So now it's gonna start see if we can tank him inside. No. Ran all the way up there, huh? Gotta take some risks, right? Guardian of Ancient Kings, that's a cool looking oh, what's this one? Spellwing. It's from Jaina, right? It's a cool mount. Not gonna lie. And now even more RP. Shouldn't I have a bunch of satchels? That was one. Ember Spark, plate boots of the fever flare.
That will open it.
Cool. I should have one more satchel at least, yeah. Band of Directed Fury, that's an upgrade as well.
Let me see here. 30-second fuse. Whoops. Did I say 30? I meant 3. Oh, hurry. You must stop the siege.
If I remember correctly, there's like a way to dodge around these. I'm guessing that's what Walls wants us to do.
Nizam forces attack from the rear.
I need to get closer.
Han spawner jo inn i instansen nå. I'm taking a lot of damage here. Oh god. Am I gonna get heals here? Barely. He's not a fan of healing, that's for sure.
It's too far away.
Mm-hmm. Right, ads are coming. This was a lot quicker. Alright, so pop another heal. And more ads. Cool. This is like be as fast as you can. The better you are with the mechanic, the faster this boss goes. Oh, come on! Healer dude, what the hell are you doing? What is going on here? I am getting way too low here, healing. And we're getting there. Getting there. Once we're done with this dungeon, then it's gold making time. As you may have seen from the title, we're redoing the 30 days to a token challenge. So we're gonna do some farming. Just most like the plan is to just do the golden main 2x4 farm in Stormstone Valley. I have no idea like how long you need to do that to reliably get them out. Probably more than an hour. But we'll do it and see what we get. Alright, let's get to work. Finally, heroism. Oh, that was quick. Good job by the mage, man. Still have heroism once we got over here. No. Gonna get. Yeah, he caught up. Alright. I caught up as well. I did it. We dinged. Congrats me. Skal trade deg loot, så vi fikk høyere item level.
News from the front?
Catherine Proudmore turned us away and had her
Nå
own
skal jeg ta og se
gold
litt
cast out as a traitor.
gold making. Snart er det on your own.
Why would you help us? Humor an old knight for a moment, would you?
Alright, so now it's gold making time, guys. We just have to wait for the RP, and then we're gonna relog to my Death Knight, where I'm doing the 30 days to a token challenge this time around, and the plan is to go do some farming. Might check the auction house real quick though, see if we have, or at least check our mailbox, see if we have any sales, and we should recraft anything.
My friend never saw another sunrise.
Which is very possible that we should do, but we'll see.
Love is falling apart.
What's the situation?
So I'm asking for your help. Gulteris needs the Alliance just as badly
Duty
as
calls.
you need us.
Alright, let's log out and get to work. Bunny Cuddle. Our extremely edgelordly named Death Knight. I should probably do like a heroic vision and stuff like that on this character to get some corrupted gear. Hopefully get some Twilight Devastations. I'm guessing those are really good for AoE farming. But I don't really care enough. So let's see. We have some sales, it looks like. Yeah, just 20 Big Macs. So nothing amazing there, but we'll record down our sales at least. Save. Open the right spreadsheet. Always gotta have a spreadsheet. Plus 143. So we're up to 5,800 gold in sales today. I don't suppose anyone has a Brutosaur here. Nah. Alright. So, custom, find a group, 2x4. See, gold mine. Gold farm 2x4. Rubbery flank. I was planning to do the golden main farm. But then there's the rubbery flank one in Nashatar. Hmm. 5 people in the group, yeah, that's a mistake, guys. So all of the groups are full, which guess I'll have to like make my own group if I want to do this then. Let's see what farming groups there are then. Mechagon rares, spare parts, Hyene farm, Waldoon. Golden main. So it's just the two. Don't think I can start one by myself. Two X4. I need to do some kind of farming though. But what? Whatever. Let's just head to the auction house for a quick jaunt. I have 4,000 gold, so I need to do something with that essentially. So we might just blast another 5 levels into blacksmithing. I think we'll do that. See if we can get to 145. We certainly can't afford that. So I'm limiting myself to not using the Brutosaur for this challenge, even though I could have. Which is something that would save a pretty significant amount of time when you're just starting out, because you want to check the auction house very often when you're starting out. As often as possible. Oh, now I remember. We should go to Mechagon and spar farms minized minnows. My auctions. I still have a decent amount of big mechs, alright. Let's cancel and repost stuff. Biltongs are too cheap. No bueno, guys. Don't underprice the stuff that I want to make money off of. I don't like that. I have a decent bit of assorted materials that I could potentially sell for a profit. I guess I should make like a catch-all material posting setup. But first things first, let's get the gathering queue up here for blacksmithing. Yes, we have... Alright, so we need 30 platinum and 90 storm silver. Wow. This is so much gold. 90. It's just 1500. It's not that much. 30 gold here is like nothing. I'm just gonna drop down a thermal anvil and craft right here. In case I need to buy like a couple more. It's a potential. I may have to buy just a smidge more materials if I get unlucky. I didn't. I nailed it. Alright, that's Hearth. Now we're going to Nashatar. We're gonna scrap these and then we're going to Nashatar to train the next set of recipes that we can get now. I definitely need more expulsum now though. We're getting close. Oh, nice. Look at that. Baked potato. Sold right away. I'm just going to see how many of them I sold. I'm not going to do anything, guys, I promise. So, 20 of them. 1,000 gold. Baked potatoes. Someone reset them. So the price is just fantastic right now. Possibly should have gone for some more of those. Scrap. Getting a couple of materials back. It's hilarious, like the price balance between the various ore types in BFA has just been completely wrong. Like platinum ore has always been the cheapest one when it's supposed to be the rare one, because they screwed up the usage rates and the prospecting yields, and it's just in my opinion incorrect. Should not be that way. And the profession trainer is over here. Let's see what he can treat chest. The first notorious combatant pieces.
Waste not what the water provides.
No, Nakanos, I've never multi-boxed. Do I want to try a brawl? Isn't there like some sort of quest for the brawl? Isn't, or is that no longer in the game? Isn't there a quest for the PvP brawl? So now we can craft these. They're not that expensive. They're actually cheaper outside of the explosive cost. We can even craft the first one right away. But isn't there a quest for the brawl? I thought there was a quest when there's a brawl up. Maybe they removed that. So the reason why... where would that be then? In Borealis? I know it used to be here. Now we just have the bonus event for world quests, which is completely whatever. I guess I'll just port to Borealis and see. But yeah, alright, so we're definitely getting there with blacksmithing. We're getting closer and closer. It looks like the next couple of levels will actually be a little cheaper than the last few. Looking at just 500 gold per level compared to 700 before. But still expensive, so I guess 2x4, please be a spot in one of these. Baldoon, Mount Farm. All the groups are full. Crap. There are some Mechagon. So we could go to Mechagon and farm spare parts, but we'll go to Stormsong and just like do the world quests because it's 2,000 gold. And meantime, we'll just queue for some of the golden main farm groups. We'll just queue for both of them and see if we. I mean, I know they're full, so they'll either deny me or they'll just keep me in on the list. And then we can check back periodically while we're doing world quests. Just gotta do the Champions of Azeroth ones. Oh, This is the one we have to absorb from the corpses. That's the most annoying one.
I don't have a target.
You have to have killed them yourself, or can you absorb other people's bodies? That's the question. Yeah, invalid target, that's what I
It's
thought.
too far away.
Let's go kill the infused crag over here. %54%.
I need to get close. I'm out of range. I need a target.
Good job, friendo. Alright, 74%. Thanks, mage friend. Really appreciate that.
I need a target.
Thanks for the assist.
I need a target. I don't have a target.
Is this gonna be enough? Yep.
Shame the Azerite is driving
That's
the
it.
elements out of control. More reason for us to be putting an end to this.
And the other 2x4 groups that are within reach.
That blasted Mildenhall is insane. Sounds like the meadery's been overrun by his experiments. Check
There's
it
a
out.
room in the
Nothing
Vol'dun
spiral
group
out of
now.
control.
So, I mean, I could go to Vol'dun. Or actually 2 spots. We'll see what it, how it ends up. Priority is to finish the... gotta finish the asteroid, or the world quests. Got 2 of them, which is easy. Or we'll finish off 2 emissaries essentially by just doing quests in Stormsong, which is nice, and one of them is 2k gold. Which sort of double dips.
It's too far away.
Should probably prioritize getting a group for the world quest though. Alright, so popping cooldown, that's apparently overpowered, or at least strong. One more flowing honey. There it is, there it is. Got him.
I don't have a target.
That was 100 gold, right?
Sure
Yeah.
that'll be the last
last time we played
Nice.
his hide.
Which of these two do I prefer? 100% killing the Herald. They're all just kill quests, which means they're all equally quick. So it's completely irrelevant. Alright, so I didn't make it in time, so then we check the other two. Since they don't really matter. This guy's probably inside. A cave, yeah. This is the most important one, because then I get the Champions of Azeroth. Not that 3000 AP is that important. I mean, it doesn't matter much.
I don't have a target.
Still spots in the Vol'dun. Wow! Twilight Devastation, lol. What the fuck? Well, yeah, I do remember that, because I'm playing Classic as well. What the hell was that? That was some... That's quite the Twilight Devastation you have there. Alright, so I gotta hope that I time the spawn. And just pop like Remorseless Winter. And hope that I get the tag. Wow. Woo! Did it. Got it. Perfect. So Champions of Azeroth world quests are done, so then we just like bounce between the two guys here until one of them is up. And then we keep looking for room in the golden main groups. We can just like stand here. Or we go to Vol'dun, that's a consideration. We might just go to Vol'dun. If it's...
They will not take this valley so long as we stop.
Now the Vol'dun groups are full. $2K gold. So how much gold? How far can we push blacksmithing then? Not far enough. Not far enough.
I welcome those who honor the
Storm's
sea.
Wake. 2,000 gold. It's a feels good man moment right there. 4,400. Awesome, Daja. Thank you so much. Glad to hear that you're you'll be able to get the longboy. That's fantastic.
I have word of a dangerous enemy near your position.
Oh, someone is making a new
Be on your guard for any surprises.
a new Vol'dun farm group, so we'll go to Vol'dun then.
Something
Just gotta go turn in the.
It's too close to
We can do that afterwards. We'll go to Vol'dun first. See if we can get into one of the groups. We got in. Now we just gotta get to Vol'dun. Sail for Vol'dun. I mean, like every one of these farming areas are roughly as easy to get to. I've done this farm before. I did this farm on when I did the challenge on my hunter. Did I do this one on the demon hunter as well? Maybe a little bit.
Be careful. There's a threat nearby. Keep
Maybe a
calm
little
and
bit.
strike it down before
I was
it
planning to
gets
do an hour, but I don't think we'll have time for a full hour now because we need to repost auctions as well. Took a little bit too much time to get going. We don't have a monk, do we? That's super annoying. No monk in just a single group. This isn't gonna be the most hyper effective 2x4 in the history of 2x4s. Yeah, Twilight Devastation. Gotta get that for farming. That's so overpowered. Holy shit. Yeah, these. I distinctly remember doing this farm on a demon hunter. Just zooming around, doing pulls. Looks like no one is doing the hook point farm was the one I yeah, just doing some 2x4 farming to generate some gold. I'm doing a repeat of my 30 days to a token challenge for patrons only this time, or rather I'm not going to be writing blog posts about it. I'll be making some videos for patrons. And oh, we have a monk. Is that a monk statue? That's a block monk statue. Woo! So this was the 2x4 group spot that I could get into a group. So so this is the one I went with. I've done this farm before. I've never gotten the mount, just cloth and grays. Probably pull these two as well, right? I think you can pull these as well. I'm pretty sure I remember doing that. Then again, I probably shouldn't be pulling. I should be DPSing the ones that we pull in. Do not end up running around too much. And then I definitely want to scrap like every piece of gear I get. Although that's gonna wreak havoc in my inventory space. Eventually. Where's the priest?
I'm out of range.
need to get close.
Mm-hmm. That's a nice group up. Let's see if we can aim our path up. Yeah. That was a good little aim. Because when you have 4 players in a group, then another group can tag the mobs. So you can be 8 people, and you can all share the same. Everyone can loot all the mobs. Whereas if you're 5 players in a group, then it gets gray for the other group. But when you're both groups are 4, then so you get 8 people killing mobs that everyone can loot. And 8 people means killing faster than 5 people, which means faster respawns, which means more gold. I should probably turn on loot appraiser, right? Oh, let's do that. So that's the idea behind 2x4 farming. And then you mostly do it in areas where you can force the mobs to hyper spawn. Essentially, where they just respawn as quickly as you kill them. That's the ideal. I'm just gonna kill this guy just to see how it records. Alright, so that's just currency. More important is when I loot something that's not just currency. Something that's the grey items in particular. It depends on how. I don't usually do farming. The only reason why I'm doing it is because I'm doing a challenge, essentially. I'm just doing it because I'm doing a 30 days to a token challenge where I need to farm because it's too expensive to level professions and do stuff like that. Right, so this one is the one I'm interested in. So that's looted item value. Alright, so we get both. Cool. Yeah, this is the 3rd time I'm doing it. I'm not doing like the full writing about it every week on the blog this time around though. Just making some videos some really short videos every couple of days. We'll see, I might write about what I experienced. I'm doing it a little bit differently this time. I'm gonna be focusing more on getting into uncanny combatant gear, even though it's a little risky. Might not pay off, but we'll see. I have to. If it looks like we're not doing too well next week, we'll make some changes. Can we get this one? We can get this one, right? That's a dragon, guys. That's a dragon.
I need to get closer.
Looted item value 2,000 gold. What the hell? Alright, so one of these greens is just getting a completely incorrect value. Well, I don't use loot appraiser a lot, for as you can obviously tell. From the let's fix that actually. Add-ons, loot appraiser, notifications. General. Oh, there's the gold of the treasure. Honestly, I have no idea what worth it does, so I don't know what the difference would be.
I don't have a target.
Alright, so now we're starting to see some real density here. I feel like maybe we like hit critical mass, or maybe they finally put the statue in the right place. This is pretty great. These Twilight Devastations, man. It's so overpowered for farming. I gotta get me some if I want to do farming. Just look at that. Oh, Twilight Devastation proc. Literally one shot every mob that gets hit. It's like just a random proc, and it's like way more powerful than Frostworm's Fury, which is a 3-minute cooldown. No, I don't. I'm not doing this because it's like the most efficient way to farm. It's just the first farming group I could get into. I have blacksmithing and inscription on this character. It's the only 120 character I have. I don't suppose like people invite lower level characters to 2x4 groups. My tailor is level 118, which is one of the characters that I could use for the challenge, but I mean I'd have to level up and then I'd have to get gear where I would be invited to a group. Whereas I want to get just gold right now. Just some gold right now so I can get so I want to level up blacksmithing essentially. I want to hit max level blacksmithing. So yeah, I could probably be getting way more cloth if I'd had the tailor. Alright, so that's yeah, thanks for the info, MR Waiter. Yeah, I'm not gonna generate those numbers, but I'm fine with this not being optimal. I wouldn't be able to access any sort of optimized gold farming, because I don't optimize my characters for farming at all. Wow, my inventory is full. Let's get on the yak and sell all the trash. So much trash. Right, that's it. Yeah, we're not running with any sort of delay. So we're mostly gonna be looking at like the raw gold. This is, and hoping for a mount. I guess that's what will be going on here. Wow. These Twilight Devastations, man. Corruptions are pretty busted. We have 2 mount statues now, that's nice. Death Knights are so stationary. You're just stuck. I mean, my druid would actually be optimized for this farm, or my tailor, because it's a druid. Even leveling it as a balanced druid, which is like the number 1 AoE farming character class, I should say. None of my characters are number 1 at farming anything. I don't usually do a lot of farming. And by that I mean I usually don't farm anything at all ever, if I can help it.
I need a target. I'm out of range.
Let's just shoot it then. Yep, my aim is on point.
I need to get closer.
You need to set some more sophisticated pricing for some of these items. Like the fact that it's valuing the random greens that like they're will never sell at this price value because the only one that would buy it is for like transmog reasons. I mean, random ass BFA greens. Not exactly the most in demand market in the world.
I'm out of range. I need to get close. I don't have a target. I need a target.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow. Now I wish I had Frostworm's Fury up. That's a juicy stack. It's juicy as hell. But nothing up, so no dice.
I don't have a target.
So based on that yawn, I probably shouldn't be farming too much more. Because we have a bunch of auctions to repost as well. I don't think we'll be buying today, just reposting. We'll see. It'll be exciting to see how sales, BOE sales shook out this week. After the changes, the vendor has been out for a little longer. Thank you for the follow, Killer34497. Really appreciate it. Hope you're having a nice Tuesday evening.
I need a target.
But yeah, I think you definitely want to do this farm with a tailor if you want to do it for like a long time period. Thank you for the follow Verdays. Really appreciate it. What time is it? Alright, yeah, so we're approaching when I was planning to quit farming anyway. How much gold am I up to now? 5,000. So that's 10 levels of blacksmithing, essentially. And I probably have some more sales coming in. I haven't been paying attention to my my chat paint, so we might have gotten some more sales on the markets I have. What we will do after this is to get this guy back to the auction house, repost auctions one more time, and then we'll start doing gold making across all of my realms. We'll mail off all of the tide spell linen I have over to my tailor so we can craft with that. Because we're in need of explosive. We are in need of expulsion. Yes, there should be one. You can also find it on Spotify. I'm pretty sure there should be. You should be able to find that. Right now, I'm playing on Sylvanas EU, but I do BOE flipping on a bunch of different realms. This will probably be my main realm in Shadowlands. So I'm leveling a bunch of characters here right now. I haven't played on this realm since Legion, but it always used to be my main realm. Pretty recently hit level 120 on my Death Knight. Let me see. Let me see here. Should be able to add that URL to any RSS reader. Well, that was the wrong amount. I wasn't gonna really go on this one, but we sold some more baked potatoes. So we have another 3,000 gold coming in today. That's nice. I was gonna go on the expedition yacht, because I'm supposed to not be allowed to use the Brutosaur for this challenge. Ooh, that was perfect aim. Nailed it. Alright. Time to go. Time to go. Yeah, it's very nice. Ultimately, I don't actually consume that much content at the moment, because I don't have the time. But I used an RSS feed for a little while. So now, guys, now we're gonna get into BOE flipping. And all right, here's the other. So we made a couple of hundred, made a decent amount of gold from that. So let's go scrap the crap. For some more expulsum, and then we're 100% gonna mail over. And then we gotta start going through my my realms here. Which also means that I have to remember to open up my records spreadsheet. And back here, here. Yeah, looks like Daja beat me to it, but it's in the Hall of Explorers. It's Chrome Stout Arm, I believe. I recently gave him a huge chunk of gold, leveling all of my heirlooms to 120. So he should be pretty happy. I actually got another sale on Ravencrest the other day. Actually got a sale on Ravencrest, which is not usual. All right, crush this one. Right, so we scrapped that one as well. Good. Don't have crazy amounts of cloth, but we have some. Sweet lard. I don't even know if I have a mailing operation set up. Yeah, then it makes sense, Ravi. 117, 172. Cool. First realm down. Of course, since we only have like 2 items on Ravencrest, we don't really expect to get any sales there. I bought some insanely cheap tempered plating and machine. Hey Jaco, did you join just because you saw me log in on Ravencrest? Are you cyber stalking me? Well, you're sadly it's not gonna be a mom I'm on camera moment for you today. Thank you for the follow, Ravy. I'm not sure what do you call it when you're stalking someone like in game. I think I should just start selling my ultramarine ink to the vendor already. Alright, so we sold some more baked potatoes. We gotta go for a bunch more of these. I'm gonna go up to 20 if we can afford that. Biltongs. Biltongs are bad right now, but I think I want to craft a bunch of them as well. I think we want to do 10 of biltongs. Then we're gonna just buy materials here, so we just have it all with us when we head into Stormwind, and we have more trash to sell. Good. Buy. Gathering. Not blacksmithing. Cooking. Task list. Buy. 240. That feels bad. I did one Mechagon workshop and then I got the recipe for the blacksmithing part of the ATV mount on the first try. And now I need to level my... Oh yeah, I thought I'd had sales here, but I realized I'm just mailing myself gold. To have it out of the way since I'm doing the... there are some good things you can do with... there are some really good things you can do with engineering. Primarily the mounts, both from BFA and from earlier expansions. So the chopper from Wrath of the Lich King, the rockets from Pandaria. There might be some more that I'm not remembering. Yeah, the Sky Golem from Pandaria as well, of course. So definitely worth it. That's nice, Jaco. Very nice. I was considering doing alchemy on Sylvanas, but I will but I'm not gonna do it for the 30 days to a token challenge because it's just too slow to get started. At least that's what I feel it is. But okay, so we sold some footpads of terrible delusion, so we got a BOE sale. It looked a little on the cheap side, so I guess that reflects that the price on BOEs has gone down, most likely. All right, my auctions. Look at that, bunch more baked potatoes. For BFA, it's literally just Mecha Mogul and the ATV that are relevant, essentially. The 2 mounts. That's it. Outside of that, engineering, as far as gold making goes, it just doesn't really exist outside of those 2 mounts. So, and for the Mecha Mogul, you have to farm. You have to be able to farm normal mother load for the pieces from the trash, and you have to do the boss as well. I've never actually crafted one, so I just have like my knowledge is just from Wowhead comments essentially, and outdated. I've tried to do research on the mother load farm, and it's just like videos from like the first week of BFA. So I'm guessing like Mecha Moguls are super profitable and super annoying to farm, and everyone who's doing it efficiently is just keeping it secret. The Mecha Mogul should be really good in my opinion. All right, 240. Can we afford that? Nope. How much do I want to do then? 200? No, that's too much as well. 100. Let's just do 3,000. I mean, we're getting the money coming in pretty soon. Yeah, that's what happens when you're doing like these challenges. You're always poor. Wait. We want to prioritize the baked potatoes, because they're the ones selling for tons of gold right now. We don't want to prioritize biltongs. Biltongs are just because I want to have them on the auction house, primarily for tomorrow, because raid resets tomorrow. Baked potatoes, that's where the money is right now, at least, after someone reset the market. It's always nice when someone else just does the heavy lifting for you, at least when you don't have a lot of capital available. Like if I had enough gold, I'd consider resetting biltongs, but I don't, so we don't. Yeah, they've been selling, like I've already sold several hundred of these since I got the recipe, and I have the rank 3 recipe as well. Right now they're selling for like barely 15% over crafting cost. The current price, someone has been driving the price down, as you can see, like the minimum buyout at 28 and market value at 39. But then for the baked potato, someone has done the opposite, resetting up to 53. And in both cases, like I think plus minus 10 gold for buff foods, that's not gonna move the needle much in terms of sale rate. It's just still really cheap. Abyssal fried rissoles. I just have rank 2, I think. No, I actually have rank 3, but it's not looking profitable. Someone has been keeping the price low on these for a while. Wonder how thick the auction house is. Yeah, it's a lot of volume here. A lot of volume before you could bring it up to something that's reasonable from a gold making perspective. Wait a minute. Look at that. Reposted. Instantly sold a stack of 20. This is nice. Alright. So, now, did I queue up here? No, we didn't queue up. Expulsum is the issue here. We're gonna queue up 5 of these. And then we're gonna gather for that. $18 silver per baked potato, and profit, or per actual. Yeah, someone has been nice enough to reset the market for me. Was that actually it? Did I actually queue up 5 of these? Yeah. Incredibly... So for these, essentially, it's just going to be the expulsum cost that's going to be an issue. Alright, let's just drop another thermal anvil. So essentially just the expulsum. 150. So yeah, this is really cheap outside of the expulsum. Really cheap. And I can generate some extra gold from the expulsum part of the thing as well, because I'll just I want to check 2 things. We're going to check tide spray linen. Wow, that's super expensive. Holy crap. Someone has reset the... Look at this. This guy, this one guy, has posted 26,000 tide spray linen at almost double the normal market value. Good job, my friend. Let's see what Child Rice Silk is. Yeah, too expensive for the vendor shuffle. Alright. So we're gonna relog over to our tailor and craft some tide spray bracers. While we're reposting on the other realms. 2107, 192. So sales so far today have not been great. Just one realm with 69,000, and then 0 and 31. But I think I forgot Storm Scale. Or, yeah. I have no idea. But the richest players in the game are a lot richer than me. So like there are people who have like guild banks full of Synanthid. Probably sell materials for like several million a week.
Can I lighten that
Yeah.
purse for you?
So I have no idea like how much gold you could make doing that. I'm just assuming it's significantly more than what I'm doing. I should probably spend some gold on storm scale again. I have so much gold here.
Come back anytime.
Oh yeah, let's relog our druid. Reload again. This loading screen is slow, man, slow. Alright. Tide spray linen bracers. Yep, it's super risky. So you can do it, you can end up burning a ton of gold, you can end up getting rich. There are good reasons to not do stuff like that, and then there are reasons to do it. You should definitely be sure you know what you're doing before you engage in something like that though, because there are multi-boxers, there are sharks out there. We're just waiting for an opportunity for to take advantage of someone doing something that wasn't the most thought through way to make gold. Yeah, of course you should flip, but just make just make 2.5 million gold in one day, forehead. Just make gold. I think trying to reset markets is the #1 way. Trying to reset or do semi-reset, that's like the #1 way people screw up. Like it's the main way where you can actually fuck up to the point where you lose a significant amount of gold. Yeah, there is. I think it's like 50 per account, something like that. It used to be that. And then there's 10, 11, 12 per realm. I don't remember the exact numbers in my head. Yeah, it's not actually my quote. It's from some other old gold making blogger. I don't remember who coined it. If it's just my 2 copper or what are these other? There was another one. I think it was another one. I think it was one of the others from like back in Mists of Pandaria-ish. That's when these guys were doing it. And nice, we have we have a BOE touchdown here. 2 BOEs. And we sold some dread leather gear from back in yeah.
I got what you need.
Yeah, just buy low, sell normal. Don't try to drive up the price, that's super risky, or at least don't try to gouge people too much. But yeah, nice, 250k on Twilight's Hammer, that's very cool. So now we're gonna log on this guy, because he gets the blue bracers. So this is still the 30 days to a token challenge. This is my enchanter jewel crafter that I literally just leveled into Borealis, and I'm probably not gonna do anything except disenchanting the rare procs when I do the Expulsum Shuffle. That's the only. I think that's the only thing this guy will ever do for this challenge. Tailoring is enchanting is not good. Yeah, you sound like you're way well on your way, Jaco. If you're at 2.5 million, then well, there are never any guarantees, but it should be fairly. Shouldn't be a huge issue, in my opinion, with the results you've had so far. So now he gets that. We can repost everything here. I can't guarantee anyone anything, but like, yeah, honestly, if you have 2.5 million now, you should make it. Yeah, it's only 15,000 gold a day. Only for some people, that's probably like a crazy amount that they'll never think that you're some kind of gold making wizard for making. You can just check like your sale. What are you averaging in sales or even profit? If you can check that easily on TSM.
Work complete. Work complete.
Yeah, we're heading to the mailbox. Nice. Nice sales, my friend. Another 3161. So already up at 9,000 gold in sales today. It's too bad that I won't be able to generate more expulsum today, because I could have leveled blacksmithing all the way, probably. So we shall just do rubbery flanks. Let's buy the last 140. Pretty sure I can afford all of them. And then I should have enough expulsum left over afterwards to where we can get at least 5 to 10 more levels. We can craft the biltong. I'm expecting to sell the biltong tomorrow. The potato is, of course, the key one right now. So this is on my other account, as you can see, and a semi-juicy mailbox. Not absolutely crazy, but pretty good. I think it's fun. I'm still getting, every once in a while, I'll get some sales on my old Legion crafted items. So some dread leather jerkin. We sold another crafted, this is from Warlords of Draenor, I think. So I do a small bit of transmog. Just slowly selling it off, and we sold the battle pet as well, very nice. 254k. So now we're starting to have some real overall numbers today. Up at above 300k.
Have I got a deal for you?
Yeah, Sylvanas isn't quite Ravencrest, but it's fairly high population. So one thing I probably should do, I think I've run out of Big Macs. Big Macs. No, we still have some of them. They sell, they don't sell for like crazy amounts, but they sell. Let's make sure we have everything we want to have on the auction house. Definitely gotta post more potatoes. Good. And port to Borealis. No, I just sell the battle pets. They're mostly all level 1 as well. I've done a very small bit of pet battling, working on these Legion mounts, but I don't even have any of the mounts. Where you have to level up the things. Thank you for the follow, Ruskakep. That's the only pet battling I've done, so I leveled a couple of pets to 25. Wait, I'm up above 4 million on Twilight's Hammer. Feels good, man. It's been a while since I've been up above 4 million there, I think. Alright, cool and good. Thank you for the follow, Daja, as well. Let's go scrap everything. Oh crap, I should have posted the enchanting materials. Would have been a nice little bit of gold. And the pig and the viridescent things. Although I'm not sure I'll ever sell those. Get me some expulsum. 1. I should get 1.5 on average, so next one should be 2 then. Nice. Another 240k. With another BOE selling. Oh yeah, that's definitely something that would be helpful, I assume, Daja. I just have the setup for actually bought the guy, what's it called? The one you use to cheese the Mechagon dailies. The one from ICC, I think, like the first boss. I don't remember what the pet is called, but it's like the frost skeleton dragon thingy. I think I even bought it at 25, so I didn't have to level it, so I could just do the Mechagon pet battle quests. So just use that one, and then I have like a Falcosaur or something as the second pet. Yeah, Bone Shard probably. Remember I leveled my Falcosaurs in Mists of Pandaria. We can check it here, right? I mean, we're already in. Yeah, Bone Shard. And I have a Sharp Talon hatchling. I have some more hatchlings. Where are the rest? I think I've picked up all of the hatchlings from Legion, but the only one I've leveled to 25 is the Sharp Talon hatchling. And I think the quest I'm on now, Battle Pets, raising your Blood Gazer, and then you have Sharp Talon team up. Defeat 3 Battle Pet world quests in Broken Isles. So you have to go to Broken Isles and do Battle Pet world quests. I've tried some of them, but I don't have the teams to do it. That seems incredibly cheap for Bone Shard. Although I guess most people will now be done with like Mechagon, which is the main use for that pet, but still. I bought it specifically to do the strat, and so I could get slightly more reputation with both Nashatar and Mechagon. Just killing all the world pet bosses in both zones. It's mostly useful in the Mechagon one though. The Mechagon ones. I have an extremely lazy approach to battle pet flipping where I don't have to think about that at all. Where TSM just does everything right for me. I just do it completely like brain turned off. Just like comparing the price to the region market value. And considering whether it's a good deal. And I only go for like very deep value, essentially. And I don't do a lot of active battle pet flipping. I mostly do it. I buy like I buy once every 2 months or something like that. I do a shopping scan. I just repost the stock I have and I keep it around so that I can use it to get started on a new realm if I want to, which is the main reason I do battle pets. Because you can move them to a new realm and start posting them, and then you'll get a couple of sales and you can start doing start investing that gold. So I try to do it like brain turned off as much as possible. Right, so now we scrapped everything, and I mean, I can probably craft. Didn't get enough expulsum by any stretch of the imagination. So I guess we just go turn in the emissary cache at least. And Silithus. Maybe we got some sales while I was AFK. Yeah, we sold some more baked potatoes. So I guess we'll go back to the auction house and just like do some more cancel scans. Maybe buy some more material of the vendor materials so that I can craft even more baked potatoes. It's like the #1 rule when you're starting out. If something is selling, get more of it and post more of it. Especially if you're in like a situation where something is selling like really quickly at one specific time, like what's going on with these right now. Cool. I don't care about perseverances. I care about gold game. Come on, get your stuff together. No crap. Oh. I have to go back. At least I went to Stormwind, where I can just port back. We gotta buy the materials first. And yeah, I think I'm completely done on Darkmoon Fair. Cooking. I'm running low on fish oil. So just like 200 fusaka and a couple hundred and some fresh potatoes. We'll just keep it on me.
Shall we talk business?
200. One thing that's really one thing I've wait. Is that the tool of the trade?
Good day to you. Smooth sailing.
It seems like an insanely easy quest.
I've seen things that would scare.
What is going on here then?
Work complete.
Alright, now we're going back to Stormwind for a couple of more reposts. Das Consortium. Yeah, that seems incredibly easy. I don't think the hammer is particularly worth it though. I mean, especially in the context of a 30 days to a token challenge. Like crafting the hammer is should not be worth it. Alright, so now we're gonna make like a random material, just like sell random materials. Post mats. We're gonna just add all of the materials that we're not gonna use for the moment. Lane snappers, those are gonna be turned into meaty haunch, moist fillet. Stringy lines, thick Leo steak. Alright, so there was something I saw here that was like, that really made me think. Now I don't remember what it was. It might have been inscription. There are some options with inscription that I want to look deeper at. Particularly glyphs. But that's a too slow market. That's nice, Jacob. Very nice. Always want an early yeah, alright, so that was all 70 of them. Okay. Cool and good. So someone reset baked potatoes and they're just like selling like crazy. I gotta buy more. Well, I don't have the money to really buy anything. Do I? No, we don't have money. So we'll do this, and then we gotta make our operation for this this group I just made with like postmats group operation. Create new operation. Assorted materials. Alright, so I'm willing to sell these slightly cheaper than I usually would be, so we'll post 5,000 of these. Maximum. Minimum price, I'm willing to go as low as 90%. Maximum price, we can do 200%. Ignore auctions below minimum. Normal price is 120%. Cool and good. And then postmats. Market resetting, personally, I don't think that's little work anymore. You need to repost very aggressively after you reset the market. That's definitely not in the category of little work. My personal opinion, at least. If you want to succeed with it, then it's gonna be some work. All right. Alright, so let's do it. 832 and the total gold acquired. Cool. What was I planning to do? That was one thing I was planning. Yeah, we were just looking at Blade, recording that as well. 1454. Yeah, I don't know the truth, of course, but I don't think resetting is little work anymore. Of course, like the actual act of resetting, that's pretty low effort, and it can work. Like I've done some small scale resets during this this expansion. I reset some Dark Moon decks earlier, for instance, in one of the first couple of patches, and that's something that can work pretty well. So definitely something to keep an eye. Okay, so actually we're just gonna let's see if I remember to send around. I think I actually did. I think I sent materials around so I can craft a bunch of sky golems for my actual main gold making operation. Because of course I have a bunch of gold on Sylvanas. I have like 3 million gold, actually a little bit more, 3.3, something like that. So I don't actually have to wait around to level up my professions. But I'm doing the challenge, so let's impose some limits on ourselves again. But that does mean that I have like a huge alt army on this realm, including a bunch of people with engineering, alchemy. So jards, and then crafting a sky golem. We have a bunch of sky golems ready to go. As you can see, I'm up to 43 jards here, 32 on my priest, and 49 on my monk. So about time I turn those into sky golems and post them. I made one sky golem the other day, or a couple of weeks ago, to be more correct, and it sold pretty much instantly. So this is still a good way to make some relatively lazy money monetizing your alts. Particularly good on a second account, having like a level 90 alt on a secondary account that can do the cooldowns. That's extremely good.
Work complete.
I need to get closer.
3,249. So nothing much here. Overall sales today, 574,000. Huh. Yeah, of course I had the second realm with 240k. So I guess that's something to be pretty happy with. 600k sales. That's decent.
Greetings, traveler.
Not my absolute best work, but decent. And yeah, where's the mailbox here? Here. Let's just open all. As you saw, I do the Pyrium bar transmute. It's usually been more profitable than the. It used to be more profitable than living steel. I don't actually know anymore, but I just have so much materials that I prefer to do that rather than changing it up at this point. And we're crafting another sky golem. Sky golem. That's the end of the show for the last flipping realm. So getting very, very close to the end of the stream as well. Just gonna go through the rest of the realms and craft like one more sky golem. We'll go through all of the alts and do the stuff. Yeah, so this is where this guy is hanging out right now. Huh. I have to go fly to a mailbox. I'm too lazy to do that today. Already have 2 sky golems coming in, so it's not a huge deal if I don't do this one. This guy is doing hex weave cloth. primarily for hexweave bags, but potentially for other stuff as well. And then I've usually gone through. I do like the cocoons and the stuff, the daily cooldowns from Pandaria. And I often pick the flowers as well in the garrison garden here. It's pretty easy way to level now with 100% experience buff. Pretty high experience per hour from this. Of course you can't, like, it's very, very limited, but if you have some alts in this level range, this is like a cheap way to get quarter of a level. Probably just buy it from the auction house. I haven't actually crafted bags in a long while here. So, yeah, I have enough Sorcerer's Earth for 9 of these. I have a bunch. I have like 2,000 in my bank. I'm not even sure how I generated them. I most likely purchased them. Yeah, as you can see, I'm up at like 2 million experience per hour. Of course, it caps out once you're done with the herb garden. But I started at 58%, so it's like 15% of a level in like 2 minutes, something like that. It's more efficient for leveling multiple characters at in parallel than for actually leveling. But I need the Gorgon fly traps anyway, so it's like I generate slightly cheaper materials, so it's a little bit of gold and a very efficient experience per hour. Which all things together means that it's pretty nice. Oh, I have alchemy on this guy. I honestly should have... I have alchemical catalysts. What's this one? 22 gold. They must have nerfed this. Or the price of catalysts gone up. Oh, let's get into a rested area here. Oh, this is a mage. We can teleport, right? Teleport to Vale of Eternal Blossoms. So here we have 1200 Spirits of Harmony. I don't even remember what I used, why I specifically had Spirits of Harmony on this character. I do know that this has been my main Panther crafter, if I recall correctly. I think I have the Panthers. Yeah, this is where I craft the Panthers. Which I probably should do. Craft these all. I don't think I have any Panthers. I have 2 Orbs of Mystery, huh? So I just need some serpent size. Panther crafting is fun. I always loved that entire supply chain, value chain, essentially.
Work complete.
I don't suppose... Yeah, I have. Good. Then we get to craft the jards. And we get to craft the Pyrium bars. My crafting queue is just filled with like hundreds and hundreds of with 100,000, I would definitely start with BFA crafting professions, if possible. So with that amount of gold, you should have enough to get cooking going and to level at least one other profession. So which profession depends on your realm and what recipes you can reliably get. So I'd suggest checking the spreadsheet for your realm. Thank you for the follow, Tape Tech. Really appreciate it. I'm gonna show you. Let's take a quick look at that. We're gonna take like one quick look, a last look at the auction house before going to bed. What the hell? We can paste it here instead. So you need to have a Trade Skill Master account, but then you can import data from your realm. It'll show you the profitability of all the BFA recipes. And then you can focus on the ones that are profitable. So definitely generating gold here. Let's hope we get another 2,000 gold emissary tomorrow. That would be very nice. Would be very nice. What's going on in Uldum? Nothing much. So yeah, guys, that's gonna be the end of the stream. I'm a little tired, and we've done everything I was planning to do today. Essentially, done some farming, did a little bit of leveling with my friends, a bit of farming, and some crafting, and just reposting across all of my realms. Yeah, you really quickly reset to a higher expectation, Jaco. Like, there's even like a psychological term for that exact mental process, or it's the hedonic treadmill, I think, where you'll just reset your baseline, what you're happy with, to the next level. So you can never really be happy if you try to chase money or something like that. Well, everyone is psychological. I'm not a psychologist though, so I'm probably butchering the concept a little bit. But so hopefully there aren't any psychologists in chat who get angry. Anyway, thanks you all for joining me. I'll be back on Thursday. We'll doing some classic raiding and then some BFA after that, most likely. And yeah, it's a little uncertain what's going to happen to the streaming from next week though, because also you can see that there's a door behind me to my right at the end there. In there is a bathroom that we are going to be remodeling, which means that this entire area, or our entire cellar where I have my home office and my streaming setup, will be a no-go zone. So I'll have to move. I'll have to temporarily move my home office upstairs, and I don't have cabled internet, and it's gonna be like wall to wall to where my daughter sleeps. So we'll see if I can do streaming or if I'll have to go on a small hiatus. Hopefully I can still do it, but it might be. It'll definitely be worse quality-wise, but we'll see. Either way, I'll be streaming on Thursday and Sunday guaranteed. So nothing quite yet, but yeah. So yeah, I'll be back on Thursday. Have a nice one. See you guys.